Mountain View is Tuesday's Bible study. I want to talk to you today about Psalm 73, verses 23 and 24. It says this, "Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory." Folks, it doesn't matter who you are. There are periods of time where you feel like you're all alone. I mean, it has to be, especially when you're doing all this, where you're having to stay at home and stay away from people, that different things like that. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. Here's the good thing about all of it that excites me and fires me up is, listen, there's no doubt in my mind that over the past couple of weeks I've felt alone at some times. With all kinds of people around me who love me and were helping me, I just felt alone. And God says He never ever leaves us, holds us by the right hand. I was talking to some people the other day. We were talking about Giant Mart in Barnesville, a little store in Barnesville that's been there, I think, since 1975. I was born in '73, so it's been there since 1975. Listen about this store. We were only a couple of miles from the store. In fact, if I had to guess, we were probably not even a mile, probably 0.75 miles if I had to guess. All right, but I grew up in the projects, and my mama would have to go up to Giant Mart. She never owned a car in her life. And we would walk up there. When I was a little bitty boy, we'd walk up there. Sometimes I'd be a little selfish. I'd want to be carried. I was probably 3 or 4 years old, and I'd want to be carried. I mean, that was a long walk for that age group. Should have been able to do it, but I was a kid, going to fuss and fight and things. She'd pick me up. She'd grab me. But on the way back, we'd have to carry some groceries with us, so we'd carry these bags. They were in paper sacks and stuff. We'd carry these bags and have to walk back and things. But she'd always have my hand. She'd always have my hand. She didn't want me running out into the street. She didn't want anything happening like that. So she always had my hand, and she'd walk back. We'd walk back over there together. And folks, it meant all the world to me that my mother was holding my hand, and I felt safe. And what a wonderful, wonderful thing for us to be able to spend time together and walk together and her take care of me. Folks, let me tell you something. God never lets go of you. If you're His child, He always has you. He always has you. In the midst of despair, in the midst of everything that may be going on, He guides us. He guides us. And see, sometimes when we want to veer off and we might want to run out into the proverbial street, He yanks us back. He's got His hand with us. He's going to take care of us. I thank God for that. I thank God that He does that. I know that I'm His child because He disciplines me. I have been in that situation, and thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad that You're willing to be there for and hold my hand and to be close to me. I tell this story a lot, and for those of you who watch these, which isn't very many, I don't think I've told a lot of you this story. I've told Sunday school and told a lot of other people. I'm going to tell you, 2 cycle engines can drive me crazy. They can drive me crazy. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's lawnmowers, whether it's any number of things where I'm trying to get these things trained, these little engines can drive me crazy. And I can tell you this. One day I was messing with the pressure washer and trying to crank that thing, and just wasn't working and everything. I felt in my spirit, I'm telling you, it was almost like it was yesterday. I felt in my spirit, just like it was audible, like God spoke to me and said, "Don't you kick that machine." You say, "Ryan, why in the world would you even think about it?" I don't know. I get angry sometimes. I kept on yanking, but I heard, "Don't you kick that machine." I'm going to tell you this. There's a few more cranks on it. I reared back. I had just heard that in my spirit. I reared back and I kicked it, and it flipped that thing. I mean, it would roll. But as soon as I did, I went straight to the ground. Boom! I went to the ground. My back went out. Had never had that happen to me before. I couldn't even move. I was laying on the ground. I couldn't even move. My job there in front of me, in the sense that I wasn't going to be able to work anymore, and at least I didn't know if I was permanently messed up. I'm telling you, it was such pain I had never felt before in my life. I said, "God, thank you." That's really the words that came out of my mind and out of my mouth. Thank you for doing this for us, Lord. Because I know that I'm Your child because You just disciplined me. You were clear that I wasn't to let my anger get away from me, but I did. And as a result, I'm on my back. I said, "But Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do." I mean, I preach and teach, but what am I going to do about this job, this masonry job, what am I going to do? I crawled around the house, went inside, crawled in on the living room floor. Within a couple of hours, it was almost as if it had never happened. And I knew I wept. I cried. I knew that Daddy, holding me with his right hand, had pulled me back. I said, okay, I'm going to see if you mean it. Okay? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Guys, he's holding us, he's loving us, he's caring for us, but he also disciplines us in the midst of all that. He's holding our hand. Like my mother would hold my hand. If I had tried to run away, she would have grabbed it tighter and yanked me in. It may have hurt, but it would have hurt a whole lot less than being hit by a car, I can assure you that. Here she was in the midst of all this, taking care of me, loving me. Jesus was holding my right hand. And here's the thing. When I feel alone, you said, Ryan, that's what you were talking about in the beginning. When I feel alone, when I feel like, man, nobody's here for me, whatever like that, and it happens sometimes in my life. When I feel like I'm the only one out there, and I know that I'm not, just like he told Elijah, said there are thousands upon thousands out there who are thinking and believing the same as you, thinking and believing right. And he says this, he says, in the midst of you feeling alone, I want you to know I'm holding your right hand. Psalm 73 says, nevertheless, I'm continually with thee. I don't leave you. You're holding my right hand, Lord. You're holding my right hand. Thou shalt guide us with thy counsel, and afterward receive us to glory. He's not going to let us go. He's not going to let us go. All the way to meeting him in heaven, he's not going to let us go. Folks, let me tell you something. God isn't going to let you go. God's not going to let you go. He loves you. But that means he may have to discipline you sometimes. And when you feel alone, just remember he's holding that hand. I know that's taboo in this world today, touching each other's hands. But God's holding your right hand. And he's loving you. And he wants you to know he's never, ever going to leave you. Love you guys. See you.